This video will show you how to embed Pear Deck slides into your Canvas course pages so that students can go through their Pear Deck at their own pace without needing to submit it as a separate assignment. To begin with, I already have created a blank page. I've just titled my page Embedding Pear Deck, and it's completely blank. So if I go to the Edit Pencil button in the top right corner, that will open up the rich content editor space for me to work within. Typically, I like to drag my space down so that I have a larger space to work within. And now I can work to embed my slides for students to interact with. Again, not for a grade, so this isn't an assignment. We're going to take advantage of this cloud icon button within the Enhanced Rich Content Editor toolbar of Canvas. When you click on that, it prompts you to insert in embed code. A lot of online resources automatically provide embed code that you can copy and paste pretty easily into this space without much extra work. Unfortunately, Pear Deck doesn't provide embed code for us, but there is a workaround it. What we're going to do is create our own embed code, which involves a little bit of coding. Or if you're not very familiar with coding, we have a quick little cheat for you. Posted in the comments below this video will be embed code that you can copy and paste to edit and modify for your own use to include almost any other online resource. So I've shared this code before in some of our other professional development. So I'm just going to steal this code from one of those slides by copying and pasting this generic code into my Canvas embed code space. Again, this code will be provided for you in the comment area or the information area underneath this video. So if you look, the code is here for us, but there's a space in the middle that says paste link. This is where we need to copy and paste the link to the resource that we want to use. So this is what we're going to get from our Pear Deck. The slides that I'm going to use today are just some normal Pear Deck slides that I might use for a lecture setting, or if, in this case, I just want to share it with students to kind of work through on their own. So I already have my slides created, and just how we would during a live Pear Deck presentation, I'm going to click the green Start Lesson button. And the pop-up menu allows us to pick the traditional instructor paced activity, but in this case, I'm actually going to select student paced activity instead. This will launch the Pear Deck slide launcher, and it will provide an option for us to either share a code with students, which we could do in real time, but since we want to leave this information in a page for students to do on their own time, instead what I'm going to do is take this copy link option here. If I press copy link, it prompts me and reminds me that I have the link copied to my clipboard. And now I'm going to go back to Canvas. Remember, in this generic code, we needed to paste a link that we want students to have access to. So I'm going to delete that space and then paste the link that I just copied from Pear Deck. And so you can kind of read in there, you can see there's a Pear Deck link available. So once I click submit, it now takes that code, which knows to create this iframe box, and within the iframe box, we now have our Pear Deck embedded. So at this point, it's pretty much ready to go. But what can be helpful is to check the Add to Student To-Do box, where you can then set a date for when specifically you would like students to progress through this particular page on their own, just to kind of populate it on their to-do list and help them with some student accountability. So I'm going to select next Tuesday and then scroll down and click Save. You can get a preview of what the Pear Deck slides look like, and you can also see that because we added a to-do date, it communicates pretty easily and right front and center for students to see when they need to complete this activity in order to continue progressing through other content in your course successfully. So you can kind of get a sense by clicking through it as a student on the page, or you can click on the student view to give it a practice as well. So let's take a look and see how this student-paced embedded Pear Deck works on a non-graded page. I'm going to click skip, and right away you can see that my slides are presented. This black bar at the bottom shows you that it's kind of embedded within Pear Deck. So I'm going to click next. And my first interactive Pear Deck slide is here. It wants us to circle how we're feeling. And so here's all of my Pear Deck tools. I can select any of these cursors and kind of draw in my comments, and it's automatically saved. So I can click next and continue to progress through the slides at my own pace. So as we go through, when it comes to other slides that have some Pear Deck interactivity, you can see you have this split screen format so that you can continue to kind of progress through all of these different features. But again, it's student paced. The other interesting thing is if you hover over the slide itself, there is kind of a little hidden expand button. So if I'm not hovering over it, it's not there, it kind of disappears. So it's hidden in there. But if you hover over it, students can see the slide in a larger scale in case some of your text is a little bit smaller.